Once again, it's your man Shahid, and welcome back to the information station where we provide information that can help change your situation, which will empower you to have your very own motivation. Oh my God. Yo, let's talk about, something that's going on in the news right now, which is Henry Rugg and David Arnett of the Los Angeles Raiders. First and foremost, we want to say our condolences go out to the family of the young lady who lost her life in that tragic accident. I can't even imagine what they're going through because I have daughters and sons as well. So that must be devastating on them. But let's look at what's going on. And this opens up an interesting topic. You got a guy out here, David Rugg, who made it to the NFL, who made it to the pinnacle, who made it to the top of, what many would call their dream. And he's out here going 156 miles an hour. 156 miles an hour. Wow. And I've been to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is pretty crowded. So to be going that fast, it was a risk. And let's look at it. He had no reason to even get behind the wheel. I mean, these NFL players have access to everything they need. I mean, not to mention we got Uber, we got Lyft. He could have called a car service. There was no reason to get behind the wheel of that car knowing that he had too much to drink. Now let's look at Damon Arnett. He's on a live, going back and forth with some other guy, waving guns on camera, threatening to take his life, telling him to pull up, bring all the smoke, talking like he has nothing to lose. This is what I like to call, talented enough to get there, but not prepared enough to stay. Talented enough to reach the highest pinnacle, but not prepared enough to stay once you're there. And we see this way too often. I mean, this is not exclusive to just them. We see this all the time. People, your talent will open doors for you. Regardless of what actor, entertainer, producer, job. I mean, your talent will open many doors for you. But due to your lack of preparation, it will close those doors just as quick. Now, this is sad. But too often in life, this is what goes on. Talented enough to get invited. But then once you're there, you act a fool and get kicked out. You see, talent, this is why people say talent alone is not enough. You see, talent is God-given. We hear it all the time. He got God-given ability. She got God-given ability. Okay, that may be true. But it is your desire and what you're trying to achieve. That's what dictate what preparation is needed for said talent. And understand that we're not talking about the talent or being prepared as far as, X's and O's on a football field. Oh, they prepare for that. We're not talking about being talented enough or being prepared enough to, to be a great artist, a great rapper, a great athlete. Oh, they take the preparation for that. But we're talking about preparation as far as your character. Preparation as far as your temperament. Preparation as far as how you treat people. Preparation as far as, the way you conduct yourself, the preparation of life. You see, many people get there, but too often, many also can't stay there. Now, you know that this is not just exclusive to entertainers. This is not just exclusive to, artists and NBA players and basketball players. And this ain't exclusive to them. Though they're in the limelight, so we get a chance to see it. This happens every day. This happens in our life. You see, many people try to evade the preparation process. Let's say it this way so people can really understand it. They try to evade the journey that God maps out for them. The creator, the universe. You see, everything that you receive through your spiritual guide comes with preparation. This physically. You see, this is what the delay is about. The delay is there to help prepare you to come into the space that you're about to enter. You see, the scripture says it this way. The scripture says, your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. Now, all that means is that your gift will take you to places in front of royalty, in front of powerful people. So if you're gifted at playing the violin, if you're gifted at playing golf, if you're gifted at singing, hey, you can be singing for the president. You can be singing at the White House. Your gift will take you places. But due to your lack of preparation, will get you kicked out of those same places. And this is what we're seeing. But many people are talented enough to make it, but they don't understand the preparation process. Too many times we see this in life. This goes on every day. So I'm not, harping on these two guys. They was just the reason that sparked this video. You see, let me tell you how it works in life. You're pretty enough, you're sexy enough to get married, to get a husband, to get a wife, but not prepared enough to stay married. You see, you got that position at work because of your talents. Because of the fact that, you were approachable or you followed instruction well. But once you get there, that anger problem you got. You see, you're not prepared. Talented enough to get there, but not prepared enough to stay. We see this every day. You see, this is why people have to understand how things work. And this is why I say information that can help change your situation. Because that way you will be aware of what's going on. That way you will be able to spot it in the moment. I'm here to try to help you spot it in the moment. So when you're going through that relationship, and you hear it all the time, you hear women say it a lot. They say, why I keep meeting the same kind of men? Why I keep meeting the same kind of men? Well, this is the preparation process. You see, because what you're asking for, what you desire, require you to have this type of set, this type of skills, you have to be prepared for it. So you keep meeting these people that's coming in your life. that challenges you. They're only there to help you harness who it is you are, to help prepare you for the next level. But no, you don't see it that way. So what you end up doing is we end up bouncing from relationship to relationship, running from one person right to the next person, only to find that the problem exists over there too. But because you are so much in your feelings, you don't take the time to look. You don't take the time to say, what is this? Why is it that I keep running into this? Why is it that every time I turn around, I keep meeting these same type of people? I keep running into these same type of men, these same type of women. Just maybe that is something there that you need to get before you can move on. And this is what we don't understand. Now, let's take Henry Rugg, for instance. I'm quite sure that he's been in relationships where people complained about him drinking and how he needed to slow down. I'm quite sure his parents or someone around him said, yo, bro, you need to chill with that. I'm quite sure that this had to happen somewhere in his life. You see, this is the reason why these things are there. This is the reason why these people are there. Because the universe is trying to help prepare you for the next level. It's trying to help prepare you before it brings you into that next arena, that next rim of your life. But rather than understand that, rather than see it, rather than get it, you know what you do? You run. Man, every time I turn around, she nagging. Every time I turn around, she nagging. Bro, how about, do you understand that when you get things through your spiritual realm that God give you or the universe give you or the creator give you, do you understand that it always prepares you first? It will never bring you into something unprepared. And that what it's trying to do is to get you to recognize that situation now before you get to a position where it could be detrimental. This is why we go through that. This is why that boss keep complaining about you being late, or that boss complaining about you, not being efficient. It has nothing to do with that job. It has nothing to do with that position many times. So you're sitting there. You desire to have your own business. You desire to work for yourself. You desire to be an entrepreneur. You desire to do these things, and you desire to be in this particular place. What do you think this level was all about? What do you think this is all about? You know what? This also happened in the NFL as well. Derek Thomas used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Outstanding linebacker. He was the equivalent of Lawrence Taylor. Look it up for those that don't know Derek Thomas' story. He was always late. Talented as hell on the field. Phenomenal. One of the best. But he was always late. And his coaches and his team were always complaining about him being late. Now, it could go back further. It could be when he was in high school. It could be when he was in college. I don't know that portion, but I do know that his coaches and his team was always complaining about him showing up for meetings late. So one day, now mind you, he's playing in Kansas City. He's driving too fast. The roads are icy. It was a blizzard just the night before. Derek Thomas, in fashion, late once again. Driving too fast. And unfortunately lost his life. See, this is what the preparation process is about. And many of us want to want to get these points before we become multimillionaires, before you become so before you get that position, before you own that business. You see, you don't want to have to find out then. And this is important, people, to understand what the things that we go through in life. People always trying to get around the preparation process. Let me give another example. You know, you got somebody trying to buy a house and their credit is tore up. But you know, they always find somebody or find a way to get the hookup. Oh, we love the hookup. Everybody like the hookup. You know, I know a guy who know a guy who know a guy that can raise your credit score up, 100 points in 24 hours. So you're always running for the hookup. So you meet the guy, and guess what? True to fashion, he gets your credit score to raise up in 24 hours. I don't know how the hell he did it, but he did it. Let's say he got it done. And then you were able to get the loan for the house. Crafty enough to get it, but not prepared for home ownership. So within 3 years to 24 months to 36 months, here it is, you're behind in your mortgage. They threatening to foreclose on the house already. You ain't been there but a minute. You see, the same thing that looks like it's a good thing, it's not always a good thing. Because you knew you wasn't mature enough, you wasn't organized enough, you wasn't disciplined enough to own a home. But you got it through the hookup. You see, people don't like to hear this kind of conversation. I ain't going to get too many amens on this because people don't like to hear this type of talk. But I'm not here to, let's tune in to Shaheed so he can bash women. I ain't here to bash women. Let's tune in to Shaheed so he can bash men. I'm not here to bash men. I'm not here to make you feel good. Now, I don't know if you've seen my earlier video, but I said I'm here to be effective. I'm here to provide information that can help change the situation. I'm here to produce results. I want you to be able to see the results. Not just feel good speech. Now let's look at another example. You got people who are lucky enough to win the lottery. And we all heard the stories, haven't we? That most people that hit the lottery for millions of dollars are broke within 3 to 5 years. Lucky enough to win it, not prepared enough to keep it. Lucky enough to get it, but once you get it, you act a fool. Because we all know, this ain't no new news. We all know that money make you more of what you already are. Money is a magnifying glass. It magnifies who you are. It's not an end all be all. It's not a fix every problem. No, it's going to amplify what's there. So if you're the type of person that treat people like crap and you're the type of person that treat people like shit, guess what? What you going to do with money? If you're the type of person that has an anger problem, that think you're above everything and can't nobody tell you nothing, what do you think you're going to do once you have money? It's going to reflect who you really are. And like I said, this is why when you ask for something, there's a delay. This is the reason for the delay. Think about it. When you put in instruction in your GPS system, what does it do? Depending on where you are, opposed to where you want to go, it maps out a course. And this is the course you have to follow. Now, on that course, you're going to have roadblocks. You're going to run into traffic. Your car might overheat. You might catch a flat tire. These are all things that happen on the journey that's trying to get you to your destination. So in life, how does this work? When you have a desire for something, depending on where you are, it maps out a course. Life maps out a course for you. Now, depending on what you ask for, this is the course that it designs exclusively for you. You got an anger problem that we need to take care of. You're too touchy-feely. So we need to take care of that, because you know how HR is. HR be all over you from the slightest thing. You're always late. You're unorganized. So how does God, the universe, how does it fix these things? How does it help you fix these things? By bringing people and situations into your life. That's how it does it. So if every time you get into a relationship, this person is nagging about this person is nagging about this, and then you leave it, you get into another relationship, they still nagging about this and still nagging about this, why do you think that's there? Before you can come into your destiny, you have to clean up a few things in this particular area. That's why it's there. It's there to make you a match to what it is you're asking for. But people always try to find a way around it. They want to find a way to evade the preparation process. We try to get there based on our looks, ladies, based on your body. You try to get there based on your on going to the gym and looking good, fellas. You try to get there based on your charm. I'm sorry, but what you're asking for, that's not going to be enough. You know, a lot of people skip it, but it always gets exposed. It always gets exposed. You can run around it all you want. This is why you have so many beautiful women. A lot of them on their third, fourth marriage. Pretty enough to get there, but not prepared enough to stay. And this is what we need. You should embrace this. See, listen, I was guilty of this too. I was When I was younger, I was fortunate enough to be successful young. I was fortunate enough to make a lot of money when I was young. And because I was in that position, every time I would get into a relationship, when something happened, and after trying to talk it out, I would run. I would always leave it, run to the next. Run to the next. Now, let me tell you what happened. And let me help you understand how this works. As long as that desire burns within you to have that particular thing that you're after, if you just eat, sleep, and breathe success, or you eat, sleep, and breathe owning your own hair salon, owning your own barbershop, owning your own thing, working for yourself. This is all that burns in you. The more that burns in you, the more uncomfortable your present situation becomes. That's first. And the more that this preparation is needed. So you're not going to run from something and find comfort somewhere else if this particular area of your life need to be checked first. I hope you get that. It's only going to get more intense. Why? Because your desire to be where you want to be is more intense. So what happens is, once you ask for something and that thing burns in you, eventually the universe is going to God is going to put you in a position where you can't run. He's going to shut all the trap doors, all the escape routes. It's like cornering a cat. It's like when you put a cat in a corner and you corner it. Guess what? I'm going to shut down all your avenues to escape. This is what happened to Meek Mills. You see, Meek had success early. And he's desiring, and he was talented enough, but he was desiring something bigger. So he got there evading the preparation process. And this is what happened to me. I went through the same thing. I didn't have to go to jail. Thank God I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to, deal with a court and a judge and all that. But that's the avenue that was made for him. You see, sometimes it will shut everything down to get your attention. It'll shut everything down to get you to understand. And you're sitting there right now and you're wondering why things aren't working for me. Why things aren't happening for me. Listen, this is something we hear from people all the time. A lot of women say this. I'm sure men say this too. This how I'm going to be. I ain't changing for nobody. Ain't nobody going to make me change. This who I am. You either accept me like this or you don't accept me at all. I ain't changing for nobody. Okay. Keep that same energy. Because this is going to be a long road. This is going to be a long road. Because what you're asking for and what you desire, well, requires you to make some changes. It requires you to make changes. So you're not going to be able to sit there and just be, I ain't changing. Oh, you're going to change. Whether you know it or not. Because if you don't, you're never going to advance. You're never going to collect your $200 and pass go in Monopoly. You see, and as long as you are unwilling to change, but you keep desiring that same goal you're trying to reach, listen, the preparation process is needed if you're going to obtain it the correct way. But what many people do is many people like to evade the preparation process. So what they do is they start trying to build these hookups, start trying to get in these back doors and trap doors, and they start trying to do things the conniving and sneaky way. So what they try to do is to make these makeshift ladders to reach the second floor. So you sitting there trying to put a box down there, and now you want to put a paint bucket on top of the box, and now you want to put an old crate on top of that, and now you want to set a chair on top of that. You're trying to make this makeshift ladder on unstable foundation to try to reach the second floor. Not realizing, had you took the stairs, you would be there already. You spend 20 years trying to jump to the second floor, 20 years trying to find every conniving avenue, every slippery way to reach success, every slippery way to get your credit hooked up, every conniving way to seduce and entice men or seduce and entice women to get a relationship. You spend all these scandalous tactics. The next thing you know, 20 years has passed. And not realizing, had you took the stairs, stair number 1, get my credit right. Stair number 2, start to save this money. Stair number 3, start doing research. Stair number 4, learn how to invest. Stair number 5, listen, people don't like this conversation. People don't like this conversation right here because everybody want it quick. And I get it. I understand it. But you know what they say, easy come, easy go. If you're trying to build something sustainable, if you want to build something that can last and you're looking at more than just tomorrow, just for tomorrow, but if you can see beyond that, bruh, if you take the stairs, guess what? You'd have been there and oh my God, you'd have already been there. You would have already made it if you'd have just took the stairs. But no, everybody want to jump on the red eye. Everybody want to take the red eye. Everybody want to jump on the plane and fly from New York to Cali. I understand. It's quicker. But you can't microwave life. Life is not something that's an email or Instacart or Instagram or instant this and instant oatmeal and instant this. And see, y'all like to pop things in the microwave because you want it done quick, quick, quick. I get it. I definitely get it. I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, that's not how life works. That's not how it works in real world. So if you learn how to follow the preparation process, it can be quick too. It doesn't have to take forever. The thing that's making it take long is because you refuse to change. That's what's making it take long. Is your refusal to just carry it out the right way. I mean, you look at me. Like I said, I went through this. I had to lose it all. I had to lose everything. I had to get to a point where I was trapped in a corner that I wasn't going to be able to slip my way out of. I wasn't going to be able to just finagle my way out of this. So if you wonder where I've been all this time and why you're just meeting me, I've been in a preparation process. I've been taking the stairs. And now I finally reached that level. I finally understood. I finally got it. And I'm just trying to help you get there a lot quicker so you don't be as stubborn as I was. This is what's wrong in the black community. This is what's wrong in our community because we leave our children in the next generation to figure everything out on their own. See, the key to it was we were supposed to be the first ones through the brick wall. Now understand, the first one through the wall is the one that gets the bloodiest. It's the one that takes all the bumps and takes all the bruises. When you're trying to carve out a path, you get hit in the face with a lot of branches. When you're going through that jungle, and when you're trying to navigate through those woods and you're trying to make a path, the ones who goes through first takes all the hits. and we don't reach back and try to tell the next generation, look, I understand. I know you want it fast. And that's what this world is designed to set you up to do. It's designed to make everything microwavable, everything put in the microwave. People want it tomorrow. People want it yesterday. I get it. We all do. But understand that's not how it works. Once again, my name is Shaheed, man. And if y'all getting value from this, please hit the subscribe button, like the video and click that bell as I upload twice a week. But talk to me. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you understand this. Let me know if you get this point. Because too many times we see it. We see it in our entertainers, talented enough to get there, but once they get there, strung out on drugs, always in the news, can't stay out of jail, running around with a chandelier on their head, a lampshade, drinking lean, aging, looking 300 years old. We see it all the time. You cannot evade the creator preparation process if you want to have sustainability, if you want to achieve something and be able to keep it and act like you've been there before. Till the next video, I'm out.